It is Bones. And in this one, I'm going to go ahead and open up another wave of DC's Mattel Multiverse. Of course, I want to get this done so I could get some of these figures up on my Mattel display, so then I can make a video about that little shelf that I made. I only have one more wave after this one, and then I'll be able to make that video, so I gotta get past this. But this is a pretty cool wave for the Lobo Collect and Connect. I actually have some of these figures already, but I've never actually built the Lobo. So really anticipating getting this done. Now this wave did come with only 4 figures. Kid Flash, Batman Beyond, one of my favorites. You also had the Kingdom Come Superman from that awesome series with Alex Ross artwork. Kyle Rayner Green Lantern, which is one of my favorite Green Lanterns. And then you actually build a figure of Lobo. So first up, we have Kid Flash. This is the black version. I'm not sure what his real name is. It might be Wally West as well. Don't know much about this guy. He does look pretty sweet. I have used one of these guys to make a custom, but I do want to get this guy up on the shelf. So pretty cool design. This is when Mattel was hitting their stride. They were real good about not having any pinholes, and they actually added ankle rockers to the feet, which was awesome. This is also just before they lost the license, so it was all for naught. Now this Flash has that cool yellow and red color scheme, pretty cool emblem. The shoes are pretty sweet too. They were like kind of like running shoes style. So they were different molds from the different sculpts from the rest of the figures. Pretty cool Flash figure. I have tons of Flash figures, so this of course is gonna go up there with the other ones that I have. Up next, as I said, you have one of my favorite figures, which is Batman Beyond. Of course, this is originated from the television series, the animated series, which is one of my favorites of all time. I've seen the whole series over and over again. I have multiple versions of the DVD. I even have VHS and the newest Blu-ray. Terry McGinnis is the Batman in this one. They do have the DC Universe Classics Batman Beyond, which is one of my favorites. But in this one, they actually did use the team mold. So he's more like screen accurate in this one, because in the DC Classics, he was really bulky. They just used the basic Batman book. So in this one, he's kind of slender. Nice paint job, even though it's all black. Awesome Batman Beyond symbol on the chest. He does come with some accessories, like an alternate Grimace face head sculpt, and a couple of batarangs, some extra hands like flight hands, and he also came with, finally, wings, even though they were not screen accurate because they're all red. Now, I do have a custom of this guy that I made using the Grimace face on this one, but I also painted the wings so they'll be more screen accurate, because in the series, of course, they're all black in the back, not all red in the back. So I really like the custom I made out of this. But now I'll have both figures to display up there on the Mattel Multiverse shelf. So this is another figure that I'm really happy to open up. Next you have the Kingdom Come Superman. Now, this Kingdom Come Superman has kind of the same sculpt, head likeness of the Mattel Multiverse Superman, which was the Rebirth suit. But it just looks a little bit more rugged, a little bit more older. They did forget the kind of like distinguished looking white on the temples, which I ended up making a custom of this one as well, adding the white on the temples. So now I have two of these. But you can never have too many Kingdom Come Supermans. Pretty sweet. They didn't put the yellow S on the back of the cape, but that's not a biggie. I don't think it's in the comic actually. So he's pretty cool. I like him. Sweet, sweet figure. Go ahead and put him up there on the shelf. Up next we have the Kyle Rayner Green Lantern. Now, DC Classics had already released their version, which I really like. This one has only one head sculpt, and it's like in a scowling face. I wish they would have made another alternate head where it was just normal. I mean, regular, you know. But he did come with some accessories. He came with his lantern battery that is different from all the others that had come out before. And he also has a construct, energy construct. It just fits on his fist, so it kind of looks like a blob. It's not really that great, but he does come with that. Pretty cool design. This is a different sculpt from the rest of the figures, even though they did use some of the same buck. They did add flanges on the elbows and on the knees. Like I said before, this is where they stopped using pinholes, so it's pretty sweet the way they have no pins, and they do have double jointed knees, even though you can't see the pinholes, which is pretty awesome. Mattel just dropped the ball and lost the license on this one. I do have a sort of custom of this one as well, where I took an extra head from the old DC Classics, which I kind of like that face more. I like that sculpt, the sculpt of that head better. It just looks better to me than this one. The head's really big. But either ways, I'll be happy to get both of those up on my collection shelves. Pretty awesome. And finally, you have the main man, Lobo, the Collect and Connect figure. Pretty awesome. I do have the original San Diego Comic-Con Lobo that came with the bulldog and the 3D glasses, and I've never opened that one. But I do have that one in my collection. So this was Mattel's version of this, and his scale is really smaller than the other one. But I mean that might be okay, because that Lobo's not really supposed to be like giant sized. But he does come with some accessories, like a cool meat hook chain thing where it's actually real chain, and an alternate head like with biker goggles, and a pretty sweet medallion cross, iron cross. The sculpting on his knee pads and his belt is really nice. Not too crazy of sculpt work on this one. This is the same buck that they ended up using for KGB Beast, but pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'll ever get another one of these so I could display it with both heads, but I might, because I am sick like that. So I might end up getting another one of these just for shits and giggles. Pretty awesome figure. Pretty cool to finally connect them together and have them up with the rest of my figures. But there's another thing I did do, and that's it. A long time ago, maybe like a year ago, I bought this cheap like motorbike, and it actually like lights up and stuff. But the reason I bought it, aside from that it lights up and stuff, is that I want to like use different part. Like I have a bunch of like just scrap, toys and fodder, and I'm gonna try and make this into uh, Lobo's space bike. Which I think I could do it. It's just gonna take me a while, but if I could keep the electronics working and stuff, it would be pretty sweet. Uh, that's a thing I've been planning on for a long time. If I could finally get it together, it'll be pretty cool. And Lobo will have his bike with him. So, anyways, guys, like I said, real quick video. I just want to get these guys open, get Lobo put together, and finally get these figures up on the shelf. So, anyways, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.